Hey guys, Jordan here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the new Sony Power Zoom 16-35 f4 lens. So let's get into it. All right, so if you're new to my channel and you're into real estate photography, make sure to subscribe as I put out daily videos around real estate photography. But in this video, I'm gonna be talking about the new Sony Power Zoom 16-35 f4 G lens. And I gotta tell you, this lens is awesome. Before this, I've been using the 16-35 f2.8 G master lens. I have the 12-24, I don't use that one too much. It's very heavy. It's good for certain types of shots if you're trying to get, but from an all-around daily shooting lens, if I had to put features that I wanted to see in a lens, I would come up with something like this. And this lens so far has not disappointed. Now I will tell you that using new lenses, you need to make sure you're using the latest version of Lightroom and other softwares. Otherwise, you're not going to get your picture profile, which is typically an issue if you're dealing with a brand new lens that just came out. But I love the dedicated aperture ring. It has an iris lock, so you can lock that as well in case it accidentally gets bumped. You have a clickable if you're doing video and you wanna or don't want like that click. I just leave it on the click for what I do. It also has, I guess, the zoom little knob here. I guess it's kind of a knob. Or you can also use the dedicated ring for the zoom. You have a customizable button on your lens as well. And then you also have the autofocus, manual focus switch, which we didn't have previously. In the field for our Power Zoom, we are switching all of our media specialists / photographers to this particular lens. And the barrel doesn't move. It's super awesome. You can put it on your gimbal and it's not gonna throw off the weight too much. You know how a traditional lens will move, and if it's pretty big, it can really mess up your weight balance on something like a gimbal. But another reason why I love this lens is because using the Sony ecosystem, I use the Sony Bluetooth remote, and now I can use the zoom plus minus since it does have a power zoom. So I can just look here. I don't even have to touch my camera. So I'm zooming in and out and shuttering all with my Bluetooth remote, and it's super awesome. And you know, I've been shooting, I got these earlier, you know, not too long ago, and I've edited the photos, so I've already been pretty, I've gotten my hands dirty. I haven't just unboxed this and now I'm talking about it. I've actually used it in the field and it performs very well, focuses really well, zooms smoothly. In your Sony camera, you can customize how fast you want the zoom. I usually like it really fast when I'm trying to make the adjustment. And yeah, all things considered, it also has a rubber seal, which is very important for here in Arizona because the Zeiss 16-35 f4 did not, and it would have a tendency to introduce a little bit of dust specks onto our sensor. But this one, it has a nice rubber seal on it. So anyways, tons of reasons to really like this. I wasn't 100% sure. I usually like to test before, but I was very confident that this was gonna be our new lens. And it's much lighter. It's very light. I've been using the G Master F2, and for a lot of my shoots, I've been shooting on a monopod this year, and I really like this setup. It allows me to be very efficient in the field, and it also stands up by itself as well with my setup here. So yeah, you can see how it stands up, and even if it's higher up, obviously it's a little bit risky. The higher up you go, you might have it, you know, if the floor is not level, it might tip over. But having a lighter lens, I felt less comfortable leaving it standing by itself with the G Master lens because it was heavier and it was a lot harder to balance. Now this one, it's lighter and it's got no problem holding it up. But anyways, love this lens. If you're in the market for a new lens, now if you have another lens, you know, the G Master is a great lens. You know, all the lenses that I've used, the Zeiss is also a great lens. Now optically, there's not a huge difference between even the G Master to this one, or even the Zeiss to this one. It's just the features, what you like. I like the lightweight. I like, you know, having more options that this lens delivers on, and all the other things that I mentioned of why this is going to be my new go-to shooting lens personally versus the G Master. Now I will switch to the G Master if I'm in an ultra low light scenario, or if I want a 2.8 aperture for one reason or another. But for 99 or 95% of the things I shoot with real estate photography, this lens is gonna be my tool of choice. So anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. If you got value, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.